I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Can we have a roll call, please?
Councilmember Mandy DeWitt. Here. Councilmember Rick Kravitz.
Here.
Councilmember Raymond Clymer.
Here.
Councilmember Kayla Callahan is excused.
All right, thank you. Thank you, everybody, for coming this evening. All right, this is started. May we have a approval of minutes for May 8th of 2025, May 28th of 2025.
I move to approve the minutes dated May 28, 2025.
I'll second it.
Any discussion on this? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, thank you. Motion is carried. Let's move on to communications. Zoning and planning minutes of June 3rd, 2025 is here if anybody wants to look at that. And the letter from Rocky Mountain Power accepting the franchise ordinance that we had signed. And it is up here also if anyone is interested. And thank you for coming. Let's move on to petitions, memorials, and complaints. A zoning permit for Ryan Nugent on 549 Peak Street, roof repair. May we have a motion?
I'll move to approve the zoning permit for Ryan Nugent at 549 Peak Street for roof repair.
I'll second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion is carried. Thank you. Now, the open bids for lots 413, 415, and 417 on Shannon Avenue. And we have only gotten one bid for that. We'll look at it now. Got my pocket knife out.
It would have been better, huh?
We have a letter of intent, and they are offering the amount that the town has put as a starting bid from Daryl and Jackie Richardson.
To whom it may concern, we would like to purchase lot 413, 415, and 417 from the town of Midwest for $2,500 per lot, for a total of $7,500. Signed, Daryl and Jackie Richardson.
Okay, now that we have this, is there a motion to approve this?
I move to approve, to accept the bid for lots 413, 415, and 417 Shannon Avenue in the amount of $7,500 or $2,500 per lot.
I'll second it.
Any discussion on this? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, motion is carried. Thank you. Okay, at this time, we would like, Laura Krebs is here, to talk about Edgerton's 100-year celebration. Laura, we'll give you the floor.
Yes, thank you, Tracy. So our celebration is on the 12th of July. It's on a Saturday. It's gonna be from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. We're gonna have food, games, competitions. We're gonna have cash prizes, raffles, all sorts of stuff for the kids, even for the adults, because it's not just for the kids, it's also for adults. And I just like to invite all of you guys and your families and your kids and your grandkids. Bring them because we have lots of cool stuff, free prizes, games, everything. I also wanted to request too is I reached out to a couple of you guys already. We do have a lot of games tables, and I am looking for volunteers to help man those. I know Ray, if you're still able,
Yeah.
don't have excitements? Are you gonna just tell me straight out you won't be there?
You already got me. What was the date again?
July 12th. It's the weekend after July 4th.
And what is it for?
It's celebrating 100 years establishment for Edgerton, because Edgerton was established in 1925. Now, it was established in November, however, November isn't really a fun month to be able to do a lot of stuff. You know, unless you want to be indoors, but all of our stuff's gonna be outside. We're gonna have teepees, we're gonna have bounce houses, splash pads, water sports, barbecues, all sorts of stuff.
Alright, sounds fun.
And then 2 is I'd like to issue a complaint. No, I'm just kidding. It's just, it says petitions, memorials, and complaints. I really don't know my law. I'm just saying.
Throw a pin in her.
Yes, but thank you for letting me come here and talk to you guys, and, you know, please, I need volunteers, if you guys, please, it'll be fun. Alright, thank you.
All right, thank
I'll
you.
get out of your hair, enjoy the rest of your meeting.
Alright, thank you for coming.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Alright, the zoning permit for Mark McMurray, 137 Stock Street roof replacement.
I'll move to approve the zoning permit for North Valley at 137 Stock Street for roof replacement.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a first and a second motion on this. Any other discussion? I'd like to discuss this a little bit. You know, you're just replacing half of the roof. Part
So
of
you
it?
know the addition, my living room addition,
Yes.
that I think you built it years ago
No, I didn't.
for Russell. Somebody built it for Russell, but that living room addition, right there off of Main Street, it's got a crack, unfindable crack in the roof, and I'm done screwing with it, so I hired a contractor to come in, tear it off, replace the bad plywood, lay all new underlayment roof, drip edge, and just be done with it.
Well, that is just a roof repair. It wouldn't be a whole roof replacement, and that's
Right.
what you're applying for.
I don't know why the contractor put roof replacement, but he is tearing the old roof off, replacing plywood, underlayment, so that addition will have a new roof on it, complete new roof.
Yes, Dan?
If you're only doing just that, you don't need a town permit to redo it, cause you're only replacing part of your roof, but you still have to follow through with the county.
Okay.
So they'll be your biggest deal you have to go through, and their prices ain't cheap.
Yeah.
Yep, and we're working on something about that too, so, but, you know, you won't need one with us
Okay.
to do that work on your roof.
Okay.
So what I'll do tomorrow is, forward the county stuff to them,
Okay.
and then they'll get in contact with you after that.
Okay. The sooner the better.
Okay, now that we have a motion and a second, where do we go here?
Just drop it.
Just drop it, doesn't go anywhere. Yeah.
Is everyone okay with that?
Yes.
There it goes.
Okay, here we go, let's move on. Thank you so much for coming, gentlemen. Let's move on to officers' report. Do we have a maintenance report this evening?
Just a brief one I've handed you. Not much to touch on. The summer help work's progressing well. We've got all the unoccupied vacant lots mowed. The town's caught up on town's lots mowed. We'll get letters out next week for the final round of please mow so we don't have to letters to residents and property owners. Water tower's been completed. Debo's painting did a good job on that. So that's gonna drop off the list. Other than that, street valves and fire hydrants will be worked on here in the next couple of weeks, get those knocked out for the summer. just regular maintenance stuff going on there, not a whole lot. The only thing I would like to touch on, I did pass out yesterday to you guys. I know it was late, and if you're not prepared to discuss or have a conversation on it today, we can wait till next meeting. The sewer proposal, the sewer solar proposal for the gas plant lift station. I did make contact with All Solar. They prepared that PowerPoint. You know, they prepared the presentation, so it's got most of the information in there. The only price that was left out would be the $10,500 cost for a no warranty system rather than the, whatever that says, 12,500 or 13,000 or whatever it is on there for the 30-year or 50-year warranty on the glass, on the panels. So with that total cost of 10,000, in essence, it would put your annual costs 0 or less than 200, depending on the price of service. So that service price still has to be paid. The panels would generate the solar electricity, sell back to Rocky Mountain Power, and the pumps aren't running. Those pumps average about an hour and a half a week each, so they don't run too often. They don't consume a lot of electricity. On the annual bill that we gave them to figure this up, the month of November was double. And the reason that was high was only because the thermostat stuck on the heater, so the heater ran all month. I mean, it was cool, but it wasn't that cold. So that month, may have drugged some average numbers around a little bit too, because it was higher. But if you look at their power consumption chart, that month was a little higher. But overall, looking at the long-term results of this, I think it's good for the town to look ahead for 20 years or 30 years or 10 years down the road rather than just 2 years down the road. Everything's going up in cost. Utilities included, budgetary funds are coming down, as we know, from legislative handle on things, as we're not going to be getting much more income to operate on. So I'd like you guys to entertain that idea. Again, if you're in a position tonight, great. If you'd like to sit on it for a month. The representative did say she would come out and present the project if you guys so desired. Not much more information probably than what's on there. It's pretty well spelled out in their packet they gave. So that's all I had there. Was just to feel you out on those and see what your thoughts were.
Would you guys like to just look into that? We're only gonna be a couple of weeks out before our next meeting. So if you guys wanna look that paperwork over a little bit, be a little more. Okay.
Is there a possibility that representative could come to the next meeting, just in case you have any questions?
Sure.
I read the packet today, and it really does sound good. Just wanna make sure, in case we have any questions, that you're not able to answer, at least
Yep.
burn the bus.
Absolutely. I'll invite her out to the next meeting.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
You have anything else?
I do not, unless you guys have questions.
All right, thank you, Jamie. Do we have a clerk's report?
By golly. The council has received a copy of the written accounting procedures recommended by the auditors. It is a continued work in progress due to things constantly changing. All changes have been made in red. Could I please get a motion to approve the written accounting procedures as written at this time?
I move to accept the written accounting procedures.
I'll second that.
Any discussion on this?
I just have one thing that I'd like to point out. Nuisance and violations process, I know we changed it from chief of police to public works directors, which is fine, totally good. But I hate to pigeonhole that into that position, and can we change that to appointed designee? Of course, leave it with public works until such time as we're able to either get a code enforcement or a police officer or whatever, but at least we haven't locked it in. That'd be my only recommendation. Because we can still have Jamie do it, and if we ever get to that point where we have somebody else that we hire, then we can just switch it over without having to change this.
Yep. Yeah, that's a good idea. So what'd you say?
Designated appointee, I guess, because the mayor appoints everybody anyway, so I think that works.
That's Yes, thank you. Okay,
Does everyone else agree on that? Okay. Thank you, Rick. Any other discussion on this matter? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion is carried, thank you.
okay, the applications for deposit of public funds are received. I need a motion to designate First Interstate Bank, Wyoming Government Investment Funds, WGIF, WyoStar, Wells Fargo, and Platte Valley Bank as the official depositories for the town. This needs to be done annually. I have given each of you a set in your council packets to put in your policies and procedures notebook.
I'll move to designate First Interstate Bank, Wyoming Government Investment Funds, Wyoming Star, Wells Fargo, and Platte Valley Bank as the official depositories of the town.
Second?
Any other discussion on this? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion is carried, thank you.
The auditor stated that once a year, the council needs to discuss and approve the cash and investments deposited in the reserve accounts. The amount deposited into the water reserve from June 1st, 2024 to May 31st, 2025 was $35,004.86. The amount deposited into the sewer reserve from June 1st, 2024 to May 31st, 2025 was $22,153.96. Could I please get a motion to approve the deposits?
I move to approve the deposits from June 1st, 2024 to May 31st, 2025, totaling $35,004.86 into the water reserve account and $22,153.96 into the sewer reserve account.
I'll second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, thank you, motion is carried.
Okay, and the only other thing I have is to let you guys know that each signer of the accounts and the judge and Jamie Jones have been bonded.
Thank you, Bert.
Yes.
Okay, let's move on to mayor's report. Now, I would like to appoint Robert Hand as town attorney, Patrick Buskell as judge, Roberta Smith as clerk treasurer, Sally Dickerson as deputy clerk, and Jamie Jones as public works director, thank you. And I'd like to designate council members Mandy DeWitt, Kayla Callahan, Rick Province, Sally Dickerson, Roberta Smith, and myself as signers on all the bank accounts.
And we need a motion, sorry I didn't put that in there.
Yes, I see that. But, may I have a motion?
I'll move to designate Mayor Tracy Sutherland as council members, Mandy DeWitt, Kayla Callahan, Rick Province, clerk treasurer Roberta Smith, and deputy clerk Sally Dickerson as signers on all depositories for the town.
I'll second that.
Any discussion on this? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, thank you. Motion is carried. We did some WHAM this month, the Wyoming Association of Municipalities, and it was a pretty good experience. They had a lot of things going on down there and a lot of information, and it's really good networking where you can get down there and get to meet the mayors around the country, the state, and some of the other top officials, and get some ideas and they have a lot of vendors that come in too, and we can really get a lot of things from them too. And we ran into a vendor at the governor's mansion, Sally and I did, and she was really positive on some funds that were out there that we could get our hands on. And we had reached out to them after Bert had gotten home from vacation and stuff and talked, and Jamie and Sally and Bert and I, and we reached out to it. What is the name of that company? Do you remember?
Heirs?
Heirs,
Heirs?
yes.
And so we're going to see if we can get a meeting with them on the 8th of July. And, Sally will have a little more information from that tomorrow, whenever she can get in touch with them and make an appointment. And, so if that works for everybody, if you want to come in and sit in on this meeting with them to see what they have for us. You know, they were saying that there was funds around the state that they can get their hands on, and they would help us get it, and they would, from start to finish, they would do the whole project, whatever project it was, they would take care of everything. So we just kinda wanna touch base with them and see if there's any projects that we have that they would cover, you know? Even the infrastructure and things like that, so we'll keep it posted, but, and on what time and the date and everything, if you guys wanna show up for it. Okay, let's move on to attorney's report, and that's all I have, thank you.
Yeah. I have none.
Okay, police code enforcement report, we don't have anything there, council member report. Do we have anything tonight, council members? Okay, nothing there, unfinished business, move on there, community improvement, do we have anything on community improvement this evening? No, we don't. So we're moving on to new business. May we have a motion for the vouchers that are presented for payment this evening?
I move to accept the vouchers presented for payment.
I'll second it.
Any discussion on these? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion is carried, thank you. A resolution of 2025-3, a resolution amending the cost of the town of Midwest, Natrona County, Wyoming, water, sewer, and sanitation rates. May we have a motion on that?
I move to accept the resolution 2025-3, a resolution amending the cost of the town of Midwest, Natrona County, Wyoming, water, sewer, and sanitation rates.
Second?
Any discussion on this? All in favor?
Aye.
All right, thank you. Motion is carried. The Salt Creek Community Rec Center grant request. May we have a motion on that?
I move to accept Salt Creek Community Rec Center's grant request for $6,400 to pay for the annual utilities at the rec center.
I'll second.
Any discussion on that? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion is carried. Thank you. Okay, as we finished up here, we'd like to open the floor at this moment for any public comment, if anyone has some public comment this evening. All right, with no public,
I have just a quick one as a public comment. Just a reminder to the community that, the rec center will be hosting the movies on Saturday night at 5 and 7. So everybody's invited to come, there's no cost.
okay, no other public comment this evening? Okay, may I have an adjournment?
I move to adjourn the regular council meeting.
I'll second it.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, motion is carried. Thank you for coming. This meeting is over. Thank you.